Live as in I should start talking. Oh. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kim Coles here. We are just 4 minutes before really starting, but I want to send some love to all of my beautiful early birds who are showing up right here, right now. Oh, I see what I've done here. I've got on my queen earrings. I plan to evoke the queen along with you. So how's everybody doing? Let me see how you're doing in the chat. People are coming in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I will just say hello, peace and blessings. Hello from Carbondale. I bet that's Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy, is that you? Hello, hello. I know my people. So welcome as you come in. We've got 3 minutes before we start. There's a lot going on today, and I will explain to you how I manifested all kinds of tech deliciousness in my life, and how when you decide to show up in your gift, anytime you decide to show up in your gift, and perhaps you've already decided to show up in your gifting, the universe, God, source, creator, spirit, Jehovah, Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, all the gods and all the goddesses show up to push resources to you. As you know, those of you know me know that I speak in those universal terms because I'm welcoming everyone into this world, and I respect all faiths and beliefs. And so I just sometimes say the universe, or the divine. So when you are living in your divine experience, like all kinds of divine things show up. And now we're about to start the Instagram. So 2 minutes before, uh, had it started already? No, no. Yes. So just want to see, hey, I see you, Lynette. I see you, Yvonne. I see Asia. I see Sandra. Greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. I have lots of family in Raleigh. I've been to Raleigh many times. And Instagram has joined us. So there's a lot going on. I've got the easy webinar. There's something going on over on Zoom. Have we let the people into the Zoom room too? And Instagram as well. And the boyfriend of sweetness, who's now smiling at me again. And Team Kim is here. Jenna and her amazing team, just all the people. There's Katie and Luke and Donna and Sarah. And if I forgot anybody, and then there's my radiant coaches who are here. They're also tagging tonight under the tag Team Kim. Everyone is here to support you. Those of you who have said yes to the Manifest Me Map experience. We've got a few more seconds before we start. At number one, people are coming in. Come on in. Detroit is in the house, also known as Detroit. Instagram is in the house. We've got a Zoom room, which I'm going to talk to you about in just a moment, and the webinar. Thank you all for coming back. Yay for the bosses in the house. Lady Meek likes the boss, the boyfriend of sweetness. One of my good friends named him as that, and he is the boss. He's the boss. Boyfriend of sweetness, that is. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, my girl Kim Whitley is from Cleveland, and so is John Hinton, also known as Overton, was also from Cleveland. Yes, Toronto is here. Manifestation, magic in the making. So I asked this yesterday, and I'll ask you all what you think. Do you want to be called? So do we want to be called Manifest Me Map Mavens and Manifest Me Map Mavericks? We can add gender on it or not. I think that guys can be called mavens, and I think that women can be called mavericks, and I think that somebody who's in between could be called anything that they want to be called. So do you want to be called Manifest Me Map Mavens or Manifest Me Map Mavericks? Let me know in the chat what your opinion is on that. Instagram, by the way, if you are here tonight, let me explain to you how you can have the full experience. I'm glad that you're here, but you're only seeing like one piece of this. The way you see the entire piece of this is you join me and join the whole experience by going to manifestmemap.com. By the way, that's the first link in my bio, manifestmemap.com. And you'll fill out the application, and then we'll send you an invitation that says, yes, you're in. And then you'll be invited into the Facebook group and be invited to get the emails and get the reminders and all the details of everything that we have going on. So welcome. I see you all coming out. You like Mavericks and Mavericks, Mavericks and Mavericks. Well, Maverick has that energy of anything can happen, and that you can make things happen, and that it's an energy of an energy of being able to work it. It works if you work it. Maven to me has an energy of it works for you because you just exist. So I think both of them work. Both of them work. All right, everybody. Hello, hello. So why don't we go ahead and begin? Because those of you who have been here, who are here on time, I want to respect your time. So hello, hello. My screen is being shared. So let me just give you some insight on what happened yesterday. Those of you know me know that I'm very, very transparent. I share all the details. So yesterday, as you know, we maxed out the system. Not we, you did. You did that. You maxed out the system by showing up in full force. You know, when I created this project, I didn't know how many people would come. And I'm so glad that you said yes to the manifestmemap.com. Come on, Instagram, get in the whole experience. I didn't know how many people would say yes. And so many people said yes that we blew out the system. Now we had to create some new systems to be able to hold, have a container to hold all of you who said yes. And I want to just share something with you first about how manifestation, it's not just sitting on top of a mountain and go, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. This is what I want to allow in my life. Because what will happen is it's not just that. That's just one piece of it. And we're going to talk about that today and tomorrow and over all the sessions. I just need to remind you that this is a full-on 2-week experience. Yesterday was day 1, and you're going to get the replay for day 1. The replay is actually already available. This is session number 2, and there are like 4 more sessions. Yeah, okay. So what happens is you decide what you want. You request it by the universe, God, source, spirit, and then all kinds of things happen. You align, and tomorrow I'm going to give you the step-by-step way to manifest anything in your life. There's actually steps to make it happen, and we'll talk about some of that today too. And then stuff shows up, and then you have to make adjustments as it shows up, because your container, your embodiment of all of it has to shift to receive all that goodness. So I just said I want to do this thing. I didn't know how many people would show up. Y'all showed up and y'all showed out. And so we had to expand. So I'll tell you all something, a little story. One of my favorite movies is Jaws. I'm a 70s baby. And there's a scene in Jaws that just is emblazoned into my life. And there's a point where they're all on that little rinky-dinky boat, and they know that there's the great white shark, and the shark has been, killing people, and things are not doing, and the shark has been terrorizing that little town and all of that. And there's a point where they're on the boat, and then they see the shark, and the shark, I think, as I recall, the shark comes up and bites the boat. And Roy Scheider, the actor who's now passed on, rest his soul, rears back and says, "We're going to need a bigger boat." Do y'all remember that scene? Jaws, right? We're going to need a bigger boat. I love that scene. And as a kid, it just resonated with me because that's life. Like, you think that you got it figured out, and we're going to go out and get this shark. We're going to go kill this shark, and it's not going to kill the people anymore. Oh, that's what we're dealing with? Oh, we're going to need a bigger boat. And so that's what has happened so many times in my life, and happened in this experience. Yesterday, y'all broke the system. Y'all broke the interwebs. And it was like, hey team Kim, hey boss, boyfriend of sweetness, hey radiant coaches, we're going to need a bigger boat. And so tonight we've created a bigger boat. So if you are here with me on the Easy Webinar platform, and anything goes wrong, because what happened yesterday is people got kicked out of the system, and then you weren't able to get back in because there were people waiting to get in. If for some reason you get kicked out of the system, worry not. We have created an overflow room, and that link is inside the every webinar, there's just a button there that says offers, and you'll click on that and it says overflow room. That's kind of like the church annex room when there's no more room inside the church, so they build a little tent outside, or they send all the kids up into the rafters. That's what it was like in my church. They just put us up in the balcony because we were making too much noise and eating snacks anyway. Don't judge. So that will be the overflow room. If anything should happen here with any of the technology, worry not. I'm going to hit continue on this is being recorded. That's okay. Yeah, I got all kinds of technology. Yes. So we've got the Zoom happening over there, and that's what the overflow room is. It will be a Zoom room so that we're holding, literally creating containers. We're literally creating a bigger boat. Oh, we're going to need a bigger boat. So we spent most of today. I mean, I needed time to put on my lashes and my queen earrings. But before all this happened, we created a bigger boat for all of us to have this full on experience so we can all be on the boat, floating downstream together in this Manifest Me Map experience. By the way, again, Instagram, I'm going to tell you, go to manifestmemap.com to get in the full experience. Overflow, Team Kim, hashtag overflow. We created space for you. I want everyone in this experience having a good time because you do so much in the world. Who you are is amazing in the world. So why not allow me to come and show up and serve all of you? Okay. All right, that's what we're all about. All right, let's get to the content, shall we? Tonight's session is called The Gifts in HERSTORY. HERSTORY, not history, but HERSTORY. The gifts of history, history. You get what I'm talking about. Y'all know I'm silly and fun that way. It's actually my story, and it's actually your story too. Welcome to the Manifest Me Map. Discover the most creative, loving, and confident best version of yourself in just 6 days. Now, it's really 6 days, 6 sessions, and so much more. Hello, hello, overflow. You are all overflowing with possibilities, overflowing with joy, overflowing with everything you already need. The world is waiting to overflow into your life. The universe is waiting to overflow, and we need this message more than ever, which is why I wanted to bring it to you because of who you already are and the folks that I beckoned to me, the manifestation that I did to bring you all here, to bring y'all in. Y'all are the kind of people who deserve this more than ever. So enjoy. All right, let me go to the next slide. Is it working? Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's start with a little housekeeping. First of all, the disclaimer is that if you're here in this experience, there might be an opportunity where you will be, if you decide to say yes to some live coaching, and I will be doing some live coaching tonight. Oh yeah, live coaching happening after this session. If you decide to say yes to that, just know that you will be recorded and it possibly could be used in future marketing of this. As you all know, this is a beta test. I asked you all to be a part of this. I asked you all to participate full out and give me your feedback when this is done. And there'll also be a testimonial contest, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But you know, this is no cost to you at all except your participation and your feedback. And the disclaimer is that this might get used again when, because this is all being filmed, it might get used in the marketing at a later time. That being said, just know that I'm your girl and I won't reveal anything too sensitive to the world that you wouldn't want out there. And so just know that I'm holding sacred space in this experience. Shut off all distractions. Turn off all the other things. Now, I know I've got a lot of distractions, but you're not allowed to have them. I can have the Instagram and the Facebook and the Easy Webinar up at the same time, but y'all can't. Shut down everything because this is a time for you to pour into you and to allow me to serve and pour into you. And so that means if you've got some babies and you want to put them in the room, put them in the little playpen and let them play and let them soak up all the goodness that we're doing together tonight. If you, just close out all your browsers, like I'd really like your full attention because manifestation, the life that you really want requires your full attention. There are times when you got to focus on what you want, and being scattered is not going to bring it to you. Being scattered is going to bring you scattered energy. And so just really, just a little bit of time. It'll be about an hour and a half tonight that we'll spend together. Just be really focused on this time that I'm pouring into you and that you're pouring into yourself. This is self-care, you guys. Your being here is self-care. The replays will be available in the Manifest Me Map Facebook group. ManifestMeMap.com for y'all. Come on and join, and we're letting people in right now. Everything will be held in the bigger boat that we've created on Facebook, in the Facebook group, and everything goes away July 2nd. So you have plenty of time to catch the replays. So if you do get distracted, I'd rather you step out now, but come back and watch the replays. We'll leave them up for you. There it is, the Facebook group. It's called Manifest Me Map. And it's jumping in there. I've been watching your comments and seeing your ahas, and Team Kim is in there, and my radiant coaches have been in there loving on y'all, and just really delighted at the ahas and the oh snaps. We're going to talk about that in just a moment too. I call them, so your insights are your ahas and your oh snaps. There's a post for that. So please tell me how you're feeling. This is your feedback that I know that I'm on track with you. This is interactive and experiential. Like I said, there will be some live coaching tonight. We've got a special way that we've set that up. So I'm looking at the comments. I'm glad that you love the Facebook group, Angela Walker. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you just really diving in and participating full out. You'll get so much out of this. So it's there for you. And be interactive, be experiential, really step into this full body, participate full out, as I say. And Team Kim is here holding space for all of us. We've got a whole launch team, we've got a whole coach team, and the boyfriend of sweetness, like I told you. And don't forget, there's a workbook for you. It is there in the Facebook group. Now, it is there in like 3 different forms. It's there as a PDF, it's there as a Google Doc, and it's there as a Canva doc. And you're going to want that for later, because we're going to do a Manifest Me Map work party, which I'll also explain to you. So if you're looking for the workbook and you're having a hard time, just say, hey, Team Kim, where is it? And they'll direct you to where it is. It's there for you. You can print it out if you want to. Some of you have printed them out and decorated them and bound them. It's so cute. It's so wonderful. We're going to work together in the workbook. These questions will also be in the workbook for you. And this last one is, I have big plans for you. This whole experience is about me serving you at this time. And I will tell you in full transparency that next week, I'm going to make an invitation to you to do this for a year. So we're doing this for 6 whole sessions. However, I've got something amazing planned for you. We are going to spend a year together, really diving in, really manifesting the life of our dreams and the best version of you. The best version of you already exists. He or she or they already exist right now. And I want you to step fully into that. And so next week, I'm going to make an invitation for you to join me for a year, but not until next week. So for now, just enjoy me serving you, and enjoy the fun, and enjoy the bigger boat that Team Kim and I have created for you. Oh, we're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat. And we made it happen. I'm so excited. All right, let me go to the next slide. All kinds of things. There's iPads and computers. And you have been putting your ahas and your oh snaps, and I so enjoy reading what's opening up for you. This is meant to be an opening up time. I'm really enjoying reading your insights, and maybe something that I say that sparks something new. And it's one of the reasons why we've created a day off in between each one. We call it our catch-up days, because I want you to integrate this. And the way you integrate this is you let the rest of us witness you getting your ahas and your oh snaps. Oh snap. I really want you to integrate this and really let this be a full, rich experience. So please go to the post that's in the Facebook group and just tell us how you're feeling. Tell us what's coming up for you, so that we can witness you. I think one of the things that we all have in common, and there's a lot that separates us, right? That's what society would tell us. A lot that they tell you that we're so different, and you are so different and unique, and that's a good thing. But one of the things that connects us, and one of the things that makes us all the same, is that we all want to be seen and heard. We want to be seen and heard and witnessed and celebrated. And by the way, we're going to do some celebration tonight. You get a chance to be celebrated. That's what I'm here to do. I'm your cheerleader. You're welcome. You're welcome. So please go and put your ahas and your oh snaps so that we can all witness you and cheer you on. And feel free to love up on each other in that way, like really go in and go, oh, girlfriend, me too, or oh, I didn't think of it that way. And let this be a full, rich experience. Okay, come on, slide. I just want to take a little time just for us to breathe and fully arrive and just ground yourself in what's been happening and what will happen. I want you to sort of close out the rest of the day. And for this time, just really settle into what we're building here. So take a few deep breaths, and I'm going to breathe too because I'm excited and I'm going really fast. Just take a few deep breaths and just really imagine for yourself what the best version of yourself looks like. A few deep breaths and just sort of let go the rest of the day and crazy things that people said, and maybe somebody cut you off on the freeway or the highway or the parkway, or maybe you're crazy, desk mate at work. What do they call it? Cubicle mate. Maybe they get on your nerves. I don't know. There's so much that gets on our nerves, right? Um, you get to release that and let that go for the time that we have together. So take a few deep breaths and just let your shoulders relax. Let yourself relax into it and just know that you're being held by everything that's good, and that my intention for you is that everything good can and will happen and is already happening. All already is well. And take another deep breath, and it's going to get good. It's going to get even gooder. I believe that. Yes. Somebody said that teenagers got on their nerves. That's okay. That's okay. Invite them to this experience too. Tell them Auntie Kim has built a bigger boat for them. We need to love on all of our young folks because they're holding the future for us, right? All right. So one more deep breath, if you don't mind. One more deep breath. Glad to be in a positive space. So glad to have you. I'm looking at your comments. Welcome in. Okay. All right. Off we go. Off we go. So I just want to review a little bit for you some things that we discussed yesterday. We talked about beliefs. And it's really important to know that beliefs are really just a thought that you think over and over and over and over and over again. Does not necessarily mean that it's true. Now, I'm not saying that all beliefs are untrue. I'm just saying that not all beliefs really are true. It's just something that you keep telling yourself. And it's something that we've developed from our environment, from our parents, from our upbringing, from life that happens. Oh, life. Right. And so just be really aware and respect that beliefs are not necessarily the truth. It's just something that you think over and over and over and over and over and over again. Eventually you hold it to be true. It's something that you've been practicing for so long and for such a long time that it feels like the most familiar path to take. And on the other side of that are limiting beliefs. We'll advance that slide. Limiting beliefs are, let me go back one. Limiting beliefs are the beliefs that limit what you believe is possible for your life. So those limiting beliefs are, I can't do this. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. Men always blah, blah, blah. Life is always blah, blah, blah. Women can't really be friends with each other. I hate that one. Like sisters, women are always going to backstab each other. What? Can I tell you that I only have women in my life that are sisters, that are, like loving and supportive. I don't have any backbiting women in my life. I wouldn't allow it. You don't. It's like, I don't know where that belief comes from. It's what we allow. It's we do this to ourselves. I'm not blaming you. I'm not shaming you, but we do that. We these kinds of people show up and we don't set the boundaries or the parameters that go, that's not allowed in my experience. Only people who would support me. Also, if you want, you all can list some of what your limiting beliefs are. We talked about this yesterday, but maybe some more popped up over our day off together. What are some of the limiting beliefs? I can't do this. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too short. I'm too fat. All the things. All the things. I can't. I don't know. Because I'm black, I can't. Because I'm a black man, it's not going to happen for me. Because I'm a Latina, it's not going to happen. All the limiting beliefs, there's so many of them. They are not true. I'm not saying society doesn't knock us down. I'm not saying there aren't some truths that they may come from. Maybe it came from a truth and then it got watered down to this thing that limits you from believing. Because the truth is, if you look out in the world, there actually is abundance. If you look out in the world, there's an example of someone who overcame exactly what you went through. Why not you? Why not you? And we're going to talk about that tonight too. So we talked about yesterday this magical question that really changed everything for me when I started asking myself this: what would your life be like if you could obliterate, circle and a slash to any limiting belief? No. By the way, that's not Wakanda. Well, that's Wakanda. That's not Wakanda. Get out. Circle and slash. Not allowed. Limiting belief, be gone. It takes some time, it takes some practice, but that's what we're here to do together. What would your life be like? And just take a moment to think about, what would your life be like if you could remove the limiting beliefs? If you didn't believe that stuff that was not true, the world would be yours. The world already is yours, in case you didn't know. If you learned nothing tonight, the world already yours. All things are possible. Really. What would your life be like? I really want you to land with that and spend some time when we're not together. Really think about, like, what would my life be like if I didn't think that thought? What would my life be like? We're going to obliterate that in our time together. Ooh, this says that there's only 10% battery remaining. I've got my slides over here. So what would your life be like if you obliterated that? And one of the ways we do that is a reframe. And the reframe is to start asking yourself more powerful questions. And some of those questions would be, how can I? Instead of why can't I? Why me? Instead of why not you? There's a phrase I say over and over and over and over and over again that, what if everything that has happened to you has happened for you? And I'd like to tell you a little bit of my history, her story. Here's a little bit of her story for you. And this is how I found the confidence to find my gifts. And now I get people asking, I get potential clients say, well, how do you have so much confidence? Well, it's because I have confidence in certain areas that I borrow and put in other places. I want to share that with you. That's actually a really cool tip. Take some confidence that you have over here and just attach it over here. Like it's like almost like you're smearing some peanut butter on this, on this. You have extra peanut butter on this piece of bread. Just take some and spread it over here. That's all. You've got confidence in your life. Just spread it someplace else. And we're going to talk about that right now. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my history. And some of you already know this, that I had the great joy and great opportunity to be on two iconic shows, both with the names living in the title, In Living Color and Living Single. So my 90s were just amazing, really, really amazing. I spent 1 year on that iconic show, In Living Color. It was, as you know, groundbreaking. There had never been a sketch comedy show with a multi-culti cast the way it was. It was just really an awesome experience. I was there for 1 year, and after that year I left. And shortly thereafter, Living Single fell from the heavens into my lap. And I'll tell you right now, I call it one of the sparkling jewels of my career. And I'll answer the question right now. Will there be a reboot? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there will be or not. I don't know if there ever will be. I would say yes. And since we all still look good, I hope we do. We just got to get all the forces have to come together and make it happen. So I hope it does. But nothing's planned right now. Y'all have heard rumors, but I don't know if it's really going to happen. So anyway, I spent 5 years on that show, and it was a great experience. I had so much fun. I'll be honest with you, I made so much money. 5 years of being with family and friends, and you become family with the cast and the crew. It's really a great time. And then the show ended. The show got canceled after 5 seasons. And it was very difficult for me because I was in heaven working with these people. They were my family. And I didn't work right after the show. Sometimes you have a hit show, and sometimes it's really hard to get work immediately right after, especially work that equaled. In fact, I will say on the record at this point, no experience working in show business has equaled that. I've had a lot of fun. I've, created other wonderful things, but nothing has really quite matched that. And maybe I shouldn't put it so high on a pedestal. Nothing should ever match that, but whatever. After the show got canceled, I will tell you that I fell into a very dark depression. And when I fell into this dark depression, I thought I wasn't going to work again. My limiting beliefs popped up. I'm not going to work again. I've gained too much weight. I'm getting older. Who's going to hire me? I was, Sinclair, so people aren't going to see me as anything other than the ditzy girl. Like, what? No, it's never going to happen for me. And I fell deeper and deeper and deeper into to a depression. And I am parent in saying that that show and everything that came from that show, everything that I created while I was on that show, because I didn't only do that show, I did other things. I had a best-selling book. I had one woman show that I did. I had other projects that I did. That whole experience made me a millionaire. I became a millionaire in that experience. And then through my depression, I shopped it all away. All the designer purses, all the red bottom shoes, all the exotic trips, all the men that I dated and bought things for, all the money that I shopped through was the way I expressed my depression. Some people drink, some people do drugs, some people eat. I shopped, and I shopped a lot. And I shopped down to what I like to call the three most important payments. The three most important payments that anyone needs are your house note, your car note, and your hair. And I thought this through. I said, if I don't have a place to live, if I lose my house, somebody will let me stay on their couch. I'll have a place to stay because I've got friends. If I can't pay my car note, I'll be okay. This is before Uber and Lyft and all that. Somebody will drive me around. But if I can't buy hair, now we got a problem. We got a problem because I had a box of hair that lived underneath my bed, like Cousin It. And some of you are old enough to know who I mean. Cousin It with all that hair, that was me up under my bed. I couldn't afford new hair, so we got a problem. And I want to show you a picture of one of the things that I bought during this time. I had a very fancy car. I had a Mercedes-Benz SL 500. Yes, I did. And it was very fancy and it was very fast. And one of my favorite things is I had a license plate that said Kimmy Cat. And I want to show you the blow up of Kimmy Cat on the license plate. Let me explain something to you about this car. It's personalized license plate, but I had tinted windows, which meant you knew it was me, but you couldn't see me. I didn't want people to know that it was me, but I wanted people to know that it was me. And here's the funny thing about Kimmy Cat is I'm actually allergic to cats. So that makes absolutely no sense at all. Imagine driving a car with a personalized license plate named Kitty Cat. Roar. And I'm allergic to cats. That don't make no sense. So you know it's me, but I don't want you to see that it's me. What kind of foolishness is that? And I remember the day that I had to return Kimmy Cat back to the dealer and say, no, sir, I will not be driving this anymore. I got to get me a sensible Jeep or Honda or whatever it was I got, because I had to, it was a fall from grace, so to speak. And I now understand that, listen, a fancy car is a beautiful thing if you can afford it and afford to keep it, but I couldn't. I had to change my whole experience. And that whole thing of keeping up with the Joneses makes no sense, because you find out later on, as I found out, that sometimes the Joneses are trying to keep up with you. And y'all are trying to keep up with each other, and it's not working out. Y'all are faking the funk for everybody. And that was me. I was faking the funk. And I felt like a fake and a fraud. And my limiting beliefs kept coming up in my face. People are going to know that I'm broke. People are going to find out that the credit department of every shopping experience, every Visa, every American Express. By the way, let me explain to you. Y'all know that American Express, they're like gangster. They will call you and say, oh, no, you don't understand. You got to pay us every month. Like, Visa, you can work out a deal. Discover card. I remember they called me one time. I said, you will discover I can't afford to pay you. You can be cute like that with Discover and Visa, but American Express will say, oh, no, 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 ma'am. You charge this up. You will give us our money. Yeah, it's no joke. I went through this. I'm laughing about it now, but it was no laughing matter because I was so afraid that you would find out that I was broken. So I was carrying all these designer purses, but I didn't have a designer life. And I don't know if there's someone here who's had that experience where you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. And then I'll tell you, this went on and on and on for several years. No lie. I bought a house, I sold a house, I took that money and shopped through that. I did it again and shopped through that. And then 2008 happened and we all fell down. I was so glad when the rest of the world fell down with me, when everybody was having financial difficulty. Ooh, I'm not the only one. I can be broken now because we all are in it together. But again, the limiting beliefs were there and they were there. And I got so depressed that I thought the unthinkable, which is, I don't know if I belong here anymore. And by here, I mean here on the face of the earth. Because the truth is, it wasn't just, I want to be on a TV show. How come I'm not on a TV show? The truth is, I had lost my mojo. I had lost the reason I wanted to do those things. The reason I wanted to do those things is my gift is love and laughter. My gift is love and laughter. So tell me, you guys, what are your gifts? Do you know what your gifts are? Do you know what your gifts are? Do you know what your gifts are? What you're here to do, what your purpose and your passion and your mission is, like what you were sent here to do. What happened was I was allowing the lack of money, the shopping away, the wishing I was on a TV show, the dating the unavailable men, dating the men that were abusive and not so nice. I could tell you all the stories. But the truth is, I was choosing this because I thought, well, it's just not working. I've lost my mojo, so I might as well keep falling into this spiral of foolishness. Most of them being my own devising because I thought that I didn't deserve anything better. Because I had lost attention on or focus on what I was really here to do. And it got to that place of the wall. And the wall is, I don't want to be here anymore. And those are the worst thoughts. And I know that I'm not the only one here who may have had those ideations of leaving this place. I'll tell you several of the things that pulled me out. I thought about my parents. My parents did not deserve a daughter who would check out of here. And I thought about, I can't go out like this. I can't go out like this. Bernice and Cliff, my parents, were awesome parents, and they don't deserve a daughter who is so depressed that she can't figure it out. There is enough here in the world for me to step into figuring it out. And so I did. I said to myself, oh no, I ain't going out like this. So that's me, or a version of me laying down in the bed going, nope, nope. And then me saying, nope, nope, I can't go out like this. The way I pulled myself out, I'm going to tell you right now, it was the reframe. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. It's new perspective, it's asking better questions. Instead of saying, why me? You say, what is required of me right now? See, it's not hard, but it takes some work, a little bit of work. You have to ask better questions. One of the questions is, what is required of me now? One of the questions, you shift from why me to what do I need to change in order to improve or grow and expand? And when you shift the perspective that way, so like, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I get it together? You go, okay, what would be needed if I wanted to change this? What would be needed if I needed to expand? What would be needed if I needed to shift my beliefs? What is required of me now? What is required of me now? What do I need to focus on now? Okay, I know that this is the problem. This is the problem. Yeah. But what can I shift? And I'm telling you, perspective is going from here to here. It sometimes doesn't have to be like people think that you have to make a 180 degree or 300. Well, no, 360 will bring you right back to where you are. People think they have to go way over there. No, go from here to here. Like, okay, I don't like the way this looks. But what would happen if I just look right here? Do this in your room right now, wherever you are. Just shift your perspective, just like a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Don't you see a whole other vista? Like, okay, don't look here, but look there. Oh, look, there's something over there. Don't look there, but look right there. It's a whole new view. And over there will get you, first of all, no longer focused on the problem that's right here. It gets you looking at a whole new view, and over there might be a new possibility. What is required of me right now? And we talked about this yesterday. It's the A&A. Acknowledge it. You go like, this is rough, but I'm going to act on it anyway. I'm going to act on something new. This is not fun. Man, I don't know what the answer is, but I don't have to know what the answer is. I just need to take a step and another step and another step. It's acknowledge and act anyway. And wasn't it Martin Luther King Jr. who said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just take one step at a time. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but you all know what I'm talking about. You're welcome. I see you. You're welcome. So I want you to ask this question too. And here's the thing that we also all have in common. We're all overcoming to becoming something. We're all overcoming to become. I think of it as the circle of life. What are you overcoming to become? You can look at the butterfly. Perfect example. The butterfly overcomes this state to become a whole nother other state. Overcomes being a caterpillar to become the beautiful butterfly. I think the caterpillar thinks it's beautiful too, but it's like, oh, I got something else to grow into. Come on, let's go do this. By the way, if you ever want to have a fabulous experience, get one of those butterfly gardens. They have them like on Amazon. It's so much fun. It's like $17.99, and they send you the little caterpillar inside the little thing, and then you put it inside the little mesh thing, and they over several weeks, they crawl up to the top and they become the cocoon, become the pupae, whatever you call it, the cocoon. And then over course of time, they burst out and become butterflies. Maybe I'll come back and tell you all that whole story. It's so much fun to witness. It's like that's life. You're always overcoming to become. And when I got present to the fact that I was overcoming something and there was something I wanted to become, and I was asking myself better questions, I discovered that help was available to me. And I'm going to share with you, after I take this sip of water, the 3 things that just showed up for me. Help was on the way. 3 things showed up because I asked better questions, and I asked the universe, God, the divine spirit to say, I don't think I'm supposed to take myself out. I feel like I got something here to do. Help me find that thing. 3 things show up. Now, remember I said at the beginning of this, those of you who were at the beginning, I said that when you step into your gifts, when you step into the best version of yourself, God, the universe, source, the creator, this great spirit says, ooh, they are there doing what I sent them to do. Great. Let me send some resources. Let me send some help. Send some help, angels. Go ahead. Yeah, tap her on the shoulder and tell her, yes, he needs some, yes, send him some help, please, because he don't know what he's doing. I got you, though. 3 things. I'm going to share these 3 things with you. These are resources for you. I was reading Oprah magazine. God bless Oprah. Oprah magazine one time. There was an article about this book called 10-10-10 by the author Susie Welch. And her perspective is that you look at any problem that you have from the perspective of, if I made this particular decision, how would it affect me in 10 minutes or 10 weeks or 10 months or 10 years? You just look at any problem that you have. And so I remember sitting in this, at the time I lived in a place that I created this really dark den because I like to watch television and movies and stuff. And there was a dark den. It was wood paneling and burgundy carpeting and burgundy drapery, and it was just a dark room. And it was really nice if you want to watch TV, but not so nice if you're depressed. It made me even more depressed than I already was. I remember sitting there going, I can sit here for another 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is not going to change my whole life. Whatever. I'll just sit here for a little bit longer. But 10 more days of this? That's 10 more weeks? No, I need to make some moves right now, because if I sit here for too much longer, I'm going to have 10 more years of depression, 10 more fill in the blank unit of time of depression. And so what's interesting is I was like, I can sit here for 10 more minutes, but I can't do 10 more days. I can't do more 10 more years, then I really can't even do it for 10 more minutes. The life that I'm waiting, the life that I'm meant to live, the life that you're meant to live is waiting for you right now. You ain't got 10 more minutes. You've got 10 more minutes to hang out with me. Stay here with me. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have time. You have time. The time is now. You don't have time. You have the time. You don't have time to keep not figuring it out. The time is now to figure it out. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense to you. So number one, it was the 10-10-10 by Susie Welch. I highly recommend. I read the article and then I got the book. It was so helpful because it got that perspective. And then I saw a quote by Zig Ziglar, who's a great teacher and speaker, who said, "You can have anything you want if you just help enough people get what they want." I really want you to hear what that means, what that is. That's like brilliant. You can have anything you want. All you have to do is help other people get what they want. So what that means is that it's not about you. I mean, it's about you, but it's not about you. It's about what you're here to serve with and give and share your gifts with the world. It's about what you came here to do and you got to go do it. And what will happen is you will serve other people. You will help other people. You will show other people that it can be done. And sometimes we have no idea the ripple effect of just showing up in our lives and being excellent, what it can do. Now, some of you really do know. You have foundations, or you have businesses, or you are your mom, or you're a dad, or you're an auntie, and you can see the effects of the people that are in your life, or your coworkers look to you for leadership. Maybe you lead groups, I don't know, and you can really see the immediate people, but you have no idea how helping those people helps other people. That's what we're here to do. That's what makes the world a better place. That it's not about you, but it's all about you doing you. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense with you. And that's what Zig Ziglar was saying. You can have anything you want if you help other people get what they want. And then the third piece that helped me was I was clear that I needed to get myself in therapy. I was clear that I needed help. I was clear that I needed to invest in my mental well being because I had a feeling that the life I wanted to live and leave was going to be huge. And I had a sense that I needed to get help around that. And so I found a therapist who happened to be spirit based. And it was like great because it was like, she said, we're not going to even dig into your childhood stuff. We'll get that later on. Like right now, we got to get you focused into what your gifts are. And so I'm going to share with you the things that I learned and the things that I developed at that time as a way for me to live my life. And this is what I want to serve you with tonight. It's gifts. Remember I asked you before, what are your gifts? And I'm going to come back and look at all the comments. What are your gifts? Well, because one of my gifts is being clever and cute, I make gifts an acronym. And it stands for gratitude, intention, forgiveness, triumphs, and self-love. Gratitude, intention, forgiveness, triumphs, and self-love. And I believe that when you step into those GIFTSs, you will unlock the GIFTSs in your life and be able to share your gifts with the world, and then the world shares its gifts back with you. Along the long lines of this journey, we're going to actually create some new affirmations for ourselves. And you all know affirmations are so powerful. Look, you've been telling yourself the limiting belief for so long, and you've been believing the limiting belief for so long. Your mind and your heart is actually ready for something new. All you have to do is tell it something new. It will do what you tell it to do. So let's tell it something new to do. We're going to create some affirmations tonight. You're going to go on our catch-up day and create even more. And the next session that we have together, we're going to activate them and really get them locked into your body and help you create some affirmations that make sense for you. So the gratitude piece was actually the first thing that the therapist helped me with. What are you grateful for? And I mean, really, you get to be grateful for all of it, every piece of it. And I remember she said to me, well, what are you grateful for? I was like, lady, didn't I come to you because I'm depressed? I ain't got nothing to be grateful for. And she was like, oh, yes, you do. And in fact, I'm sending you home. And every day for 30 days, you're going to write something that you're grateful for. 5 things you're grateful for in a journal. And so I did. And sometimes I had to look for it. I don't know. I'm grateful for my teeth. I'm grateful for my fingers on my left hand. I'm grateful for my fingers on my right hand. I'm grateful. Like, oh, okay. And I got to tell you that by the second week, I began looking for things to be grateful for. Some of you were with me yesterday when I went out to my lemon tree that's out there, my abundant lemon tree that drops lemon love bombs, these giant love lemons that are big as my head. I am grateful for that tree, even though it drops those lemons in the middle of the night and wakes me up because it's my little lemon tree. I'm grateful for all of it. And you have to be grateful for the entire experience because gratitude opens up the world to send you even more. When you're grateful for what you already have, more shows up. So here's some affirmations we can say. I trust that the universe is supporting me in my highest good. I'm grateful for all that I have and all that I have yet to receive. That's one of my favorites. I'm grateful for that I am making a positive contribution today. And like I said, my favorite one is that second one. Second one, I'm grateful for all that I have and all that's fitting to come on in. And yes, I said fitting. Is it fitting or fixing to? You get to decide. That's the G. The I is intention. It's all about setting a positive intention. And some of you were on my live stream when I talked about positive expectations. What is your intention? What is your intention to be here tonight with me or in this Manifest Me Map experience? ManifestMeMap.com for those of you on Instagram who aren't in the full experience. Please come on in and get the full experiences. I'm doing this no cost for you. All you have to do is show up and be you. Intention is that that thing that moves you into inspired action. It's saying that you're going to do a thing and then doing that thing. So this I could be intention, it could be integrity, it could be inspired action. It's all just setting a new way of being. Like I said, you've been telling yourself all them lies before. Why not tell yourself a truth? I am powerful. I create the change that I want to see in my life. I have all that I need today to make it a great day. And I don't know about y'all, there have been times when it's like, I got to do this one day at a time. Sometimes you got to do it one day at a time, and that's okay. It's your intention. The next one is F for forgiveness. We could spend 4 years here together today talking about forgiveness, but let me just say this. You have to let things go. Let go of the people, places, and things that hurt you, that did you wrong, that were dirt, did you dirty. I know it was terrible. And guess what? The new perspective on that is what lesson did you get from those experiences? What did you learn from those experiences? And I know that we've all had some very, what I like to call yucky experiences. I know, me too. And you have to let it go. It's like a uncomfortable coat that's in your closet. I don't know if you've ever had one of those heavy coats that's like cheap wool. Back when I used to buy cheap wool heavy coat, it's too heavy, it don't fit anymore, the buttons don't line up, and it's why are you holding on to that heavy, uncomfortable, out of date, out of style coat in the back of your closet? It doesn't even fit anymore. It's not your life anymore. Let it go. And while you're at it, forgive yourself. Let go of things that don't serve you anymore. So here's some affirmations you can say for that. I release my past and forgive myself. I'm exactly where I need to be. By the way, that's a truth. You are exactly where you need to be. I let go of all urges to criticize myself. And this one is huge. I forgive those who have harmed me and I peacefully detach from them. So here's what we do. I forgive that old raggedy ex-wife of mine. She was raggedy. We don't even say raggedy. She was raggedy. That's not really forgiveness. And you have not peacefully detached from her. When I tell you there's some experiences in my life, I have forgiven them and I peacefully detach them. I let them go because so much good is here for me right now. You're so busy clogged up with all that stuff that they were all the raggedy experiences. I know I'm saying it wrong. All the raggedy and raggedy experiences that you don't have time. Like the universe, I'm trying to send you some new stuff, but you holding on to that old stuff. Forgive it and let it go. Let it go. By the way, remember I told you all earlier that I have a year-long experience that we're going to have together. We're going to spend a whole lot of time just letting stuff go together if you decide to step into play with me. The next one is triumphs. And this is one of my favorites because you get to try on and stand in the most magnificent version of yourself. So one of my very first coaches, and one of the things I have to tell you is I have invested in myself over the years. I have had coaches and therapists. Like I said, I really worked on myself. I really, I pour into myself the way you all, we all need to pour into ourselves, right? So my first coach, her name was Andrea, and she used to say, stand in the good side of the room. So let me explain. So let's imagine that there's a room and it's split into two halves. And on this side of the room is everything that you think is wrong with you. I told y'all yesterday I have knock knees. I've been divorced a couple of times. I'm not really a very good cook. I'm really bad at math. There's a lot of things. Sometimes I forget to make up my bed. I'm a little cluttered. My bookshelf was really cluttered until yesterday and all the things. But on this side of the room, I am smart and clever. When I smile, people smile back. I know how to be funny and clever. I can write acronyms like GIFTS. I have a new boyfriend. He's the boyfriend of sweetness. Look who I was able to draw. Like everything on this side of the room is awesome. Stay on this side of the room. And I mean that in your life, like really separate, like where are things not working? That side of the room ain't none of your business. This side of the room is where you're magnificent, where you're triumphant, where everything works out for your highest good. Keep your behind on this side of the room because here's the deal. On this side of the room is where the door is, the door of opportunities that you can open and share with the world how amazing you are. On this side of the room is where the window is, and you're going to jump out the window. Stay your behind on this side of the room. I know I'm getting sassy. I know. Stay where you are magnificent. Stand in your magnificence. Remember earlier on, I said that you can borrow confidence. This is what I mean. It's like a giant peanut butter sandwich. There's too much peanut butter on this. And all that peanut butter is all the ways that you are awesome. Or almond butter if you're allergic, or sunflower butter, or just butter, whatever it is, whatever you like to slather on your gluten-free bread. If you're in Los Angeles, I know it's gluten-free. Whatever you like to slather, this is where it's awesome. It's awesome. You're awesome. Take some of that, and that's your confidence, and slather it on another piece of bread. I may not be a good cook, but I know that know how to make people smile. I may not make up my bed this morning. This may not have made up my bed this morning, but I can write an acronym called GIFTS, or I can create a program called the Manifest Me Map. Maybe it doesn't matter I didn't make up my bed this morning. I don't know. I've got this over here working for me. Be triumphant. So, what do you do very well? I do blank very well. I'm loving and purposeful. I was made with a divine purpose. I am powerful. I create the change I want to see in my life. You are powerful. You are triumphant. Think of all the things that you have overcome and become. Tonight, make a list of all the things that you have overcome and become, and just wear that confidence as if it's the most fabulous piece of clothing. That's the designer clothing you need to be wearing. Confidence, your own. You're welcome. The last one is self-love, and showing up for for an event like this. This is an event, an experience, is self-love. Um, all of this is self-love. Pouring into yourself in this way is the self-love piece. It's what it's really all about. And loving yourself enough to pour into yourself, invest in yourself. Oh, this just went down. Okay. Okay. Um, and so some of the affirmations you can say here are: I have everything I need within myself. I embrace my unique individuality and beauty. And I was made with a divine purpose. You were and you are made with a divine purpose. This is why you're here. So it's all about the self-love piece of it. That's actually the foundation of all of this, is living a life. The best version of yourself is one in which you love yourself so deeply that you take good care of yourself, that you pour into yourself. So someone else's picture just popped up. They're so cute, whoever they are. Hello, hello. Thank you. And I'm back. We're making the technology work, everybody. All right, I'm waiting for my next slide. So this whole experience is designed for you to manifest the best version of you. It went down. All right, that's okay. Hold on. We're going to make it work. And I think the next, you are divinely made. So put here I asked you before what your gifts are. So I want to know what you are, how you are magnificent. Where are you magnificent? And where can you step into the world and show more of the world how magnificent you are? Yes, I love it. Helping others. Work on your self-love. You do. You need a bigger boat. We all need a bigger boat. We're buffering. I love you. Whoever that was, it went by so fast. It went by so fast. Shonda, we need a bigger boat. We're buffering. We keep breaking the internet. I'm sorry. So what I want you to do is remind yourself every day of some of these affirmations I gave you. And in the workbook, I've given you space for you to create your own affirmations. And one of the things I just want to share with you, the way to create affirmations, it must always be in the positive, or they work best when they're in the positive tense. I am, I have, I feel, I trust, I get, all in the positive. And I love the I ams, or I have, or start with I. So you're telling yourself a new truth, a new belief, a new way of being. Ooh, it's buffering. Ooh, it's happening. We may have to go off book. It's coming. It's coming. So in the workbook for you will be some affirmation space to create affirmations, a space to put side by side, like the old limiting belief and creating a new powering thought. And I would love if you would go into the Facebook group. I would love if you would go into the Facebook group and put on the ahas and oh snaps some of your new affirmations that you could create. And you may want to share, like, I've seen affirmations by other people, like, ooh, that's good. I'd like to borrow that. It's perfectly wonderful for you to have it, and it's meant for you to have too. Like Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything you want if you help other people get what they want. So you have no idea how you sharing your transparency and you sharing your own affirmation might help someone else. So you are made with a divine purpose. Next slide, please. See, they took it out of my hands because I can't. So remind yourself every morning and evening with your positive affirmations. I wake up in the morning and I actually have an art installation. And y'all gonna laugh. The art installation. So Post-it makes giant Post-its, like 36 inches or 24 inches big. And I have one that says I, the next one that says I am, and the next one that says grateful. And I just posted that up on my bedroom wall. Now I'm supposed to turn it into an art installation. I actually got some of those. What do you call it? I got that sequin fabric that you can touch it and it reverts to another color. So my whole plan was to cover some frames with it, and then make one say I and one say am and one say grateful. I just never did it, so I just left up my giant Post-its. I should maybe take a picture of it and show it to you. That's my inspiration every morning. I wake up and that's the first thing I see. All right, remind yourself every morning. Giant Post-its. Yeah, I have them, all over my bedroom. I also have them all over my office to remind me of what I want to do next. But it's like a great way of going, like, what do I want to do today? What's the intention I want to set for today? So make these powerful affirmations. Next slide, please. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'll ask you again, what have you overcome to become? Next slide. Because my device ran out of power. Thank you. Yes, people are still coming into the room. This is awesome. And I told you already how to make powerful affirmations. Just add the I am, I have, I become, I will be. Sometimes some people say I will be if you want to step into the future. You start with I will be, and then the next time you say it is I am, I have, I get, I take pride. Now, we're going to activate all of this with something I call the Manifest Me Map Party, which is happening on Monday. So there are some supplies that you will need, and so that is in the workbook. Can you go to the next slide for me? Is there another slide? May not be able to go to the next slide. So, someone else is doing it. Oh, right. So all you have to do is go in the group and share your ahas and oh snaps from this particular presentation. Share what has come up for you. Share your affirmations. Share your, I never thought of it that way. That's what an oh snap is. Oh snap. And what we're going to do next time we're together, which is on Saturday, is we're going to activate those affirmations and really get even clearer about what you say you want. Because what you want also wants you back. I love that. I love that. So okay, remember I told you we built a bigger boat? Something happened with Easy Webinar and it can't see my slides, and that's okay because you see me. Does Zoom see the slides? Okay, well then, this is where the money is anyway. Right here is the money shot. You're welcome. Some of the homework that I also would like to share with you that is a really good idea is there is an exercise of writing yourself a love me letter. I love me letter. So I'd like you to write yourself a letter. And I love me. Why you love you. What's awesome about you? We have so many ways, again, the limiting beliefs that we say the things that are wrong with us. And like I said, society will sometimes put a mirror in front of what's wrong with you. And, people who are sort of in your outer circle will tell you what's wrong with you. But what's right with you? Write yourself an I love me letter. And if you want to, would love for you to share it in the group. And what we'll do is we'll post up an I love me letter post. And if you want to share some of the what you wrote to yourself, because you're going to inspire so many others when you do that. So if you're willing to do that, would love to have you do that. So Team Kim, if somebody could make me a post, I know I'm throwing new things at you. If you could make an I love me letter post and people can put their post beneath that, that would be so awesome. The money shot. Yes, right here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Is it time to go to coaching? Yes. Yeah. So here's what I think we're going to do. I love to do live coaching. And because our bigger boat may have a leak in it, sometimes you get a bigger boat and sometimes there's a leak in the boat. And sometimes I don't know if sometimes the enemy, comes to poke a hole in your boat, but we will not be stopped. I want to do a little bit of live coaching, which is my jam. I love, 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 love to do that. But I'm not sure if this platform, the Easy Webinar platform, is the best place to do it, because yesterday we had some snafus and I had to try to find people and bring them on. But I'm going to tell you what always works. The Zoom always works. I love the Zoom. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop for now. We're going to take a 15-minute break, and you can join my live Zoom room in 15 minutes. When I say, and we're done, take a 15-minute break, take a bio break. I'm going to have a little bit of water. I'm going to stand up and stretch my legs. I may even put on some more lip gloss. I don't know. Anything can happen. You too, Instagram. We're going to shut it down just a little bit. And you just go inside the Facebook group, and the link will be there to join the Zoom room. Zoom treats us right. I'm no hate for Easy Webinar, but I just like the Zoom better because I can actually bring people onto the stage with me. Now, we're going to take that break. You're going to get the link when you go to the Facebook group, which is why I was telling everybody you got to join the Manifest Me Map page by going to manifestmemap.com. So in case someone invited you here and you're not really in the full experience, that's the only way you can get inside the Facebook group. The link will be there. We're going to do a coaching session, and I get a chance to bring you up. Now, let me frame this for you. Let me just give a few instructions if you don't mind. I'm going to need you to have a quiet background. I'm going to need you to have no distractions, because I want to be able to focus on you, and I want everyone else that you're going to help by you stepping up and getting your coaching. It's going to help everyone else. So it sounds like I'm coaching one or two or three or however many people that I do, but it's actually for everyone. Please have a quiet background. Please have no other distractions. And I want you to think about what your question would be for me and be very succinct, because the more succinct you are, the more I can really get the divine download that I need to get to be able to help you more effectively. So As of this moment, we're going to take 15 minutes, take your break, go to the Facebook group and get your link and join me in the Zoom room in 15 minutes for your live coaching. I'll see you.